we'll get into the proper market review. So these are a list of crypto pairs I'm monitoring, majorly for investment, just to buy a couple of them and keep for a period of time. So what I actually wanted to show you guys was is the accumulation that happened over time. Okay, so on this is XLM. If you are looking at this is XLM, and throughout last year we had this whole accumulation happening. We had this accumulation happening over here. And if you are to check the weekly starting from when it was launched to it was launched in 2018, and starting from when it was launched till this time, till 2020, we had the bearish market move. So what you now notice here, you notice what we notice there is a manipulation of this high here, then a manipulation of this low over there. So definitely we know what that is as concerning Wyckoff. So we had the PS here, you have your buying climax, then this is your AR, your ST, your SOS, then your STB over, this is your STB over here, then this is your spring. So we had a break of structure at this point here, break the structure, then you return to this other block, and from this other block the impulsive move began to happen. So I don't and that this is what this same model is what happened in almost all currency, in almost all altcoins. Now they call it altcoins as in the currency pairs or the crypto pairs outside Bitcoin. So TRX also the same thing happened in TRX. You've had this break of structure to the downside. So we are definitely in a bearish mode. Then it manipulates the downside too. Definitely, the same model that happened in XLM happened there, and you had this bullish move to the upside. So if probably you know about Wyckoff and you've seen this character happen, so what you don't even have to enter the spring. Once you just if you are trading, if you are doing it for a trading purpose, you probably be waiting for a break of structure if you are conservative, or you wait for it to touch this SND week, then you take your move based on that. And this move is about that's about 600%. That's if you're investing anything, so 600% return is given to you. And if you are taking it from where you had your spring, you'll be having about 1,000. Okay, you'll be having about 2,007 to 700% return based on you taking it from the spring. So that and same thing happened with XRP also, with this accumulation that happened there. And funny enough, we still have a lot of room to the upside for XRP. So the same thing happened on XRP too. We had this low, then they manipulate it to the upside and they manipulate it to the downside. So you have your spring here, then it breaks structure to this side, and it comes to test this other block. If you are increasing it, if you use a log measurement, you should be able to see the other block clearly. So they came to this other block, test it, and you see our bull run started from that point. So definitely what I'm expecting now is it pulls back to this POY3, and from POY3 we break a new structure to the upside. Then we could have a massive pullback and a continuation to the upside. So if likewise all other altcoins that they had a massive bull run in the early quarter of 2020, the same thing that happened, they had a Wyckoff accumulation that happened prior to the bullish run, and then all this we're having now is just a pullback on the market. So if you are into crypto and you like to invest heavily in crypto, just know the bull run is not over. So it's just for me, it's just me giving you a tip of what I'm seeing on crypto pairs. And if you'd like to invest, just for XRP, the pairs I would recommend XLM. XLM as per we are if we'll be coming down to this point, at least we should see about a 300 400% increase. Then I will recommend ETH instead of BTC. ETH also. Then ETH has a long way to go. ETH has a long way to go as concerning its bull run. So I don't if the market is to come if this market is to break this point, then I want to see an accumulation at this point before it rises to the upside. But if the market keeps up this bullish weekly, because this is a weekly break of structure that will return and it becomes bullish again. So what you're expecting now is a weekly induction, probably pick another block on a lower time frame, then it continues to the upside. So if that fails, which I don't expect it to fail. If that fails, then I will expect an accumulation happen around this point, then it moves to the upside. And I don't want to see the market going below this liquidity. I don't want it tapping this liquidity yet, because tapping that liquidity will mean it's breaking the whole structure of monthly. So what I want to see now is an accumulation around this point, or a respect of another block about this point, and we increase to the we go further to the upside. So personally for me, for ETH, I'm expecting about four figures as compared to the three figures we have now. So I'm expecting about 100k, 80k, 100k. 100k is about five figures. So maybe about 80, 90, that kind of range. So investing into ETH now might be quite profitable if one knows what he's doing. And as per we are still in the early stage of the bull run as compared to BTC that has gone so far. So for BTC also, still the same concept. I don't see going below this. Okay, this invalidation point I marked, but it could also come. What I'm expecting to buy, I'm expecting to buy this 18, 19k, but it could also come to about 15, 14, 13. But I don't want to see it below 13.6. Anything below 13.6, I'm not interested anymore, and I would probably be, backing out. But for in this scenario now, I'll be looking to get it at 19k, then we go to the upside. So from there, I'm bullish on BTC. So I'm still bullish on BTC despite all the whole thing that's happening here. I feel we are just trying. This is just a redistribution in its sense, and if it goes up to the, if it shifts the upside a bit, then we could have a rundown, then an accumulation at this point, or we could just have a straight candle to the upside, depending on whatever fundamental comes out at that point. But definitely, if we are going to follow a normal market structure, we should have an accumulation, then a break of structure on a major time frame, on a higher time frame, say the daily or the weekly, then we could continue to the upside. So whatever happens on BTC, I'll still be monitoring it. But as concerning cryptocurrency now, I'm still bullish on all cryptos, as you would mention, or whatever crypto you would mention as concerning cryptocurrency. All right, so that would be all. That's what I just wanted to show you guys on crypto majorly, the accumulation that happened prior to the bull run. So you guys know, or you try and back test whatever happened there. It gives you that edge as to investment. When if you see an accumulation on a weekly or on a daily time frame, just know that the move that's going to happen after will be very impulsive. So if you are lucky enough to catch or to spot an accumulation in its early stage of forming, say on some major pairs on an higher time frame, then please just do well to stick to it and invest what you can. So let's just go to what we have for this week. So I'm starting with DXY. So just like I said in the previous session, I wanted to see DXY break bullish right from that other block we had last week. Right from the other block we had last week. So, and he did that thing. He did exactly what I wanted. So we had this bull run to the upside, though we have not broken bullish. But what I can see here is we are forming this liquidity forming. We are forming this liquidity here. So essentially, I still expect that we run a bullish move to the upside. Run a bullish move to the upside. But nevertheless, I would still not doubt the fact that there is an SND wicket that we could also tap into. Say probably we go down for a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday we could drive the price with a good impulsive move to the upside. So let me just check on the 4 hour to give that a confirmation. So if this is going to go to the downside, then it should react definitely from this point. So if it reacts definitely from that point, then we should have this as something to go with, or we could pick something lower. But whatever the price, please, if it decides to take out this liquidity, then we are going to be going up or up before coming down, then continuation of the bullish daily run. Continuation of the bullish daily run. So on the 1 hour, essentially we are bullish on the 1 hour also. So this is a liquidity forming, and we don't have this weak falling below. So I would not say it's a break of structure. This low is now 530, and this low is about 530. Okay, so this is essentially an equal low that we could definitely take out during the week. So if you are going to be taking out that equal low, this is then we have this continuation of the bull run. So essentially now we still have our 1 hour being bullish. We have our 1 hour being bullish, then we could also take out the liquidity that is forming around that point. So if we are going to be doing something like that, then I'll be looking into this SND week for a reversal. But until that happens on a lower time frame, that is not confirmed yet. So what you want to see is, though you have your buyers, but let your buyers be confirmed by what the market does. So on the lower time frame, if you are seeing a break of structure, say a 15-minute break of structure, then I'll be happy to ride the short before before going full fledged bullish on DXY. But for now, I still want DXY to come down a bit. So that's all about DXY. Then for Euro USD, okay, Euro USD. Presently, I'm still on this trade, though it doesn't perform what I want it to do. I still want a break of structure. Okay, generally on let me start from the daily. From the daily, we had a rejection. So this is an induction basically. But what I want it to do is take out this liquidity that is sitting right here. Then it could tap into any of this. It could tap into this other block over there. Then from that other block, we continue our daily bearish run. But before that happens, we could also take a bullish correction to the upside. So in this case now, what I saw here is was uh was an accumulation move. Now I think I explained how I saw the accumulation, but whatever it is, this is an accumulation move, and I expected that this string gives us this break of structure. So once this structure is broken to the upside and it comes to performing a test, then it's this whole accumulation is confirmed. Then we could keep our position till it gets to. First, I'll be looking to get it some positions out of this point. Then two major POIs for me at this point and this point for a reversal, for a reversal. So whichever one gets tapped into, especially if it happens on the Thursday, Friday, then it helps get all my confidences together as to giving a shot. So whatever happens, you just have to wait on the market to open. So once the market opens and I see the reaction that comes up here. So if it fails, the next thing is just to look for the error I made. Okay. So, but right now, I still expect that it goes bullish. Then we have this correction and it continues its daily bearish run. So that will be the case on Euro USD. But if once it breaks this point, then I'll be looking at some other uh, opportunities or some other trade idea based on what's currently in play. And that's for Euro USD. Then for USD card, okay, for USD card, presently I'm still bullish as per other we have all other time frames to be bullish. So this essentially is a 4 hour low, and we broke this 4 hour high. So let me just get into 4 hours. So this is your 4 hour low, this is your 4 hour higher high, then this will be your 4 hour lower low, and this is your 4 hour higher high, then this is your low. So this is a low you don't want it to break if it's coming below. If it's coming below. So I'm definitely bullish on USD card, and being bullish with the fact that this is my weekly high over here. So once it breaks this weekly high, then I will expect a very large pullback to the downside for a weekly higher low. Then we'll continue to the upside. Definitely my whole bias on USD card is that it rises to this point, then forms a U-turn, then we'll continue the large bearish run to the downside. But before that happens, then we have to get a weekly break of structure over there. So that's what USD card will be all about. That's what USD card will be all about. So on the 1 hour, we still have the same, we have the same structure playing out on the 1 hour. The 1 hour is also very bullish. The 1 hour is also very bullish. So until we break this structure here, then we still have a bullish structure on USD card. So definitely, if you are going to be expecting a pullback, this is another block to be wary of. And this a week, an SND week that took out this that touched this other block. So if you are going to the 15 minutes, you should see it's better. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. So this uh, other block here, then we could tap into the other block there. So whatever happens, we are not going to be having much of a bearish move on USD card. Or if DXY is going to be down, then we should have a very slow move on USD card. Then till Thursday before it begins its impulsive run to the upside. So that's all about USD card. Or GPB USD. Well, GPB USD in this case now we had a failed order here. So definitely from the back testing we did together, we picked this other block as the reaction point, and we definitely had our correct move on the back testing we did in the next class. So I think I explained out of the fact that the 4 hour is still bullish. So definitely you'll be expecting something. I'll be expecting a reaction at that point. So this is your 4 hour low. If it's going to break it, then it should break it with an impulsive move to the downside, then you'll be expecting a return. And from that point, you could, pick your continuation, your bearish continuation. But personally, for me, I still want until it breaks this point, I'll still be looking at this portion over here as a potential long opportunity to the upside. And where I would comfortably want to short GPB USD is from this area here. So I'll be expecting that it comes to that area, then we'll short it to the downside. So whatever plays out on Monday, Tuesday at this region here would make us know what we would do on our next move. But if it breaks this point, then definitely we'll be expecting some bullish short run, then a Thursday reversal, whatever will happen on that day. So if this would be Monday first move, then Tuesday reversal on Monday, then Thursday reverses on both every one of them. So that will also be something I'll be looking at. But everything now depends on a break of structure on the 4 hour, which is still very bullish to me. All right. So that will be all on GPP USD. So just waiting on market to reverse. So, but in the meantime, I'll put my alert at this point. Looking at what markets will do. So if there's a 1 hour break of structure, then we could take this trade as something legit. On gold, all right. So gold there performed. This is just an induction, a 4 hour induction. So we have this 4 hour high, a pullback, higher high, a pullback. Then this is your new high. So definitely all these points is an area of pullback, and we are still bullish on the daily. Until it breaks this structure, then I'll be looking into something else. So we still have that as our uh, bullish move on gold. But you see this other block, we have this area of interest here. So that other block is also an area of interest, and you've seen this first rejection, second rejection, then a third rejection to bring it to the upside. So I'll be looking into that. Then we could look into this also. this relatively equal lows here, then pick the area around there. On the 1 hour should make everything clearer. On 1 hour, we are still bearish. This is your 1 hour low, 1 hour high, then a break of structure, a it's your induction, then this is your latest 1 hour low. So a break of structure of 1 hour would make you understand what's really going on on gold lower time frame. So this is one point to look at. So what I want to see here is an accumulation, then a continuation of structure. A continuation of structure, then on 15 minutes, we could further refine this, what's happening down here. Okay, so we have this other block that is below this point here. So I'll be expecting that the market comes, if that point fails, that the market comes to that point and to this point and continue its bullish run to the upside. Unless the market breaks this point, then we are still bullish. Until the market breaks that point, we are still bullish. So that's for gold. Then on USDJPY, just like I mentioned, so he later went into my POI, but I don't think I wasn't around to take this particular trade. So this is my refined 15 minutes order block, which he rejected from after failing to give me another entry here. It failed to return to this other block. So this was my refined POI that I'm expecting to, it continues its bearish one to the downside, and it also correlates with gold. Negative correlation, as if gold is going up, then it will definitely come down. So I'm also expecting that USDJPY comes down as to concerning gold also. And for USDCHF, all right. So for USDCHF, my general bias for USDCHF is still a bullish one. Though we have broken the daily market structure, we've broken the daily market structure here. This is my daily low, my daily high, then this is a break of structure. But what I'm expecting essentially is a distribution to the downside, to the upside. So once it distributes, probably break this structure, then it's able to return. You should have a return of that will be my weekly high. So once it breaks that weekly high, then this will be a weekly induction, then we continue to the upside. So that's about what I want to see on GP on USDCHF. So in the meantime, it's just taking out the small trades that would happen in the market. So definitely this is my 4 hour bearish structure, and I have this playing out. So definitely that is my Wyckoff schematic playing out. So whatever Wyckoff schematic it is, which I'm expecting that it is an accumulation, and we'll be tapping from this isolated order block here. This order block that started this impulsive move to the upside. So I'm expecting that it stabs this order block and it continues to the upside, and break this daily high to confirm our Wyckoff schematic. So in the meantime, it's just taking intraday trades on USDCHF, as I can't swing any position yet because we are we are indeterminate on daily, and on the 4 hour we are also indeterminate as we are accumulating in the case of USDCHF. Now at this point, I think this is a 15-minute or a 5-minute distribution schematic here. A 5-minute distribution schematic with all this liquidity below. With all this liquidity below. So definitely I want it to tap, go below this range over here with this fall. I will be expecting that it takes out all this liquidity, then it goes to the downside to confirm my accumulation, then comes to this point. So at this point I'll be looking to swing USDCHF, add a swinging position to the one I have over here. So from this point, I'll be looking to take it. The first take profit to be at around this point, then the next take profit will be the final take profit here. So whatever happens, I'll be looking to take that on USDCHF. And this also backs up my bias on Euro USD as per the accumulation that is happening on the lower time frame. So I still expect that Euro USD goes up before coming down. So the same thing here, USD CHF just more of a negative correlation. So I expect it goes down, before coming up to become to being bullish and confirming my distribution on a large scale. So that would be all for USD CHF and major pairs that I'm looking at. And I think I've covered that. Then for the JPY essentially DJ essentially. So GJ missed my order over there. Okay, I think I had put this one since. So this was last week. I never monitored GJ, so this was not something I wasn't actually monitoring GJ as to what it was going to do. But definitely GJ is just more of a sibling to GPB USD. So whatever GPB USD does is what GJ is going to do. So at this point we are on 4 hour. On 4 hour now we are bearish on GJ. So this is a 4 hour high. Then it continues, then it breaks structure here. So definitely this is my break of structure, a return, and this is my new low. So if it's going to come up, it should not break that high again. So we definitely will be having something like this. Then it continues to the downside to form another daily low. So I expect a reaction. This on definitely on the weekly. I still expect a downside, a further downside, and it should break low, this weekly low over here to confirm the monthly rejection it did. So once it breaks the weekly low over there, then now it will be a confirmed rejection with this distribution that happened on the daily. So this distribution happened on daily. So definitely I'm expecting that it goes out of this range. So and within this range is where you have your weekly low. So definitely we'll be breaking this weekly low to have a bearish on the weekly time frame. So that would be all on JJ. So overall, I'm bearish on it, but within the 4 hour, you could take a minor bullish trade. But definitely, right now, I'll not be advising that any bullish trade be taken, and I'll be monitoring this side over here for a possible short entry if it comes back to that point. So that would be the story for GJ. That will be the story for GJ. Then the same thing with EJ also. We definitely will be having the same thing play out for the JPYs. So I'm still expecting further downside, and we are definitely at our weekly. This is our weekly low here. This is the weekly. So that's my weekly low. And once it breaks it, then we are definitely bearish on EJ. So I'd predicted that we are going to be taking out this liquidity starting from the monthly. All right. So we are going to be taking that liquidity starting from the monthly. If you look into the Telegram channel, you should see something like this. Tap into this point, take out this liquidity, then take out this liquidity on the below too. So I'm expecting a very long term bearish sentiment or trade idea on Euro JPY. So that would be the same thing that would happen on EJ also, and I think that would be the all for the pairs I am majorly inspecting. Though I might have some other pairs I'm expecting also. I think Eurocard, I posted this also. All right, for Eurocard, we had I think a daily accumulation on Eurocard. Okay, so this is the accumulation, and I expect a further upside. If you are on the Telegram channel, you would notice that I had drawn the uh risk to reward, or the risk to reward to this point over here. So I'm expecting it takes out this liquidity too, and we should have about 1,300 pips to the upside. So that's all about Eurocard. So this is also one of the pair outside major or JPY I'm monitoring, and I would like to get into because I'm not presently in any trade on Eurocard. I'm not presently in trade on Eurocard. I've been quite busy, so I've not been able to monitor all my peers as to what they are doing. So that will be all for the market review for this week. That'll be all for the market review for this week.